Alright, so apparently I lost connection. Sorry, guys. Great, everybody's gone. Great. Let's see what's attacking me. Yeah, I just lost connection because I'm on the Wi-Fi. It happens every once in a while. I expected it to happen. No DDoSing. It just lost the connection because I'm on Wi-Fi. The good thing about not being in an online game is I can pause the game and just reestablish everything again. So I'm back. Nothing really changed. I didn't do anything. I'm just back to where I was. Oh, there he is. So sorry about that, guys. Those two are down. The only thing that I did was grab that box that was on the corner over there. I don't know if you guys saw that. Whoops. I didn't mean to put that mine there. Yeah, thank you. Totally planned that. Yeah, cool. Right now yeah, you're right. But that I'm hoping that changes pretty soon. Well, you know what? I need to get into cover. Where are my squad mates? Everything went to crap now that I lost the connection. Get over here. Nice headshot. Come on, get in the cover. And then let's get our squad mates up here. Let's throw this guy around and see if we can do that. He seems to be a bigger enemy. I think we've thrown though. I see that knocked him down. Yeah, he's still not going down. Oh, now he's down. Alright, let's advance everybody first. Move up. Oh, there he is. Get in the cover. Poke your head out. Come on. Or maybe I could get him from here. Let me see. Oh, I did. Nice. No, I actually... Did I? Oh, wait, there's another container. Oh, that doesn't explode. What are they shooting at? Okay, there's a Geth right there. Got him. One more, but where is he? There he is. Gotcha. Man, I can see him right there. Come on, pop out. Draw him out, Ashley. There we go. See, that's why I like this class, because you can send Ashley, who's a tank, up to the front. They'll draw the enemy out, and I can snipe them off. And we're gonna want to get to this elevator or this train, whatever it's called. There's Saren again.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
And that's the beacon. That's what everybody's chasing after right now. Yeah, at the time on the Xbox 360, it looked great. That's what I played it first time I played this game. Was on the Xbox 360. All right, so now what they're doing is they're setting up charges. They're gonna blow the colony sky high. There's gonna be 4 charges, and I got 5 minutes to detonate all 4. I'm sorry, to not to detonate, to defuse all 4. So I'm on a timer here.
Demolition charges.
Here's the first one.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
Okay, that's 1. Okay, I think the second one's no, not back here. Let me see. Hold on. Second one's gonna be on this side. Oh, but there's a Geth right there. Shoot, and my shields are low. Need to find cover. Alright, I need to get rid of that Geth right there. There we go, okay. Let's go. The second one's right across the bridge right here. New Vegas? I actually have that on the Xbox. I played it on the Xbox 360 a long time ago too. That was a very good game. That one and Fallout 3. Oh shoot! See that little red thing there? That's a sniper. That's a sniper Geth. So I need to get some of my guys out here, flank him out. Aim him to poke his head out. Come on. I don't know if I hit them. Now they have shields too. Oh, gee, I don't think I'm hitting him. I gotta get closer. Because he's at an angle I can't hit. Come on. There we go. Okay, here's the third one. Disarm. Come on, disarm. That's good, Jay. Bye, cool. Thank you for joining. That sniper guy is not coming out of his hiding place. Look at that. There we go. I got him anyway. And then where's the fourth one? I have 1 charge remaining. I think it's gonna be over here. Oh shoot, I still got 1 more Geth to deal with. Oh, he's dead. Okay, good. That is the last charge. There we go. Alright, let me see if there's any gear around here. It's empty. Hey, this is the only box right here. Alright. Let me have the squad advance. We got more Geth. Let's throw this guy around. Come on. There you go, he's dead. Okay, good.
Not now, Commander.
Alright, I think there's another box over here. Yeah, storage locker. Another decryption. Sorry, I had to tune out there for a second. What happened in chat? Oh, no problem, Freddy. Take care, buddy. Have a good night. Yeah, Space Sheep Taco. There you go. Good morning. How you doing, OG? Let's do this one real quick. There we go. Some more gear. don't know if there's another box here. Let me see real quick. Because it's good to get as much gear as you can. And I'll upgrade all my stuff later. Yeah, there's something here. Another locker. Okay, and now we can get to the beacon. This is what everybody's been fighting over.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
See, now it's active.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
I'm good, bro. Just trying out a new game. Which is actually an old game for me, because I played this a long time ago. I'm playing the Legendary Edition. Which I'm amazed to say it looks very nice, very clean. I mean, it already looked good in 2006, and it looks it's just as good now.
No, don't touch it! Too dangerous!
Nice, OG. So now, unfortunately, it got activated, it went haywire, and it blew up. Now, the Protheans used to communicate telepathically. So whenever they made anything like that, it was telepathic. So whenever it tried to communicate, it would do it through your mind, not through like voice or recordings or anything like that. So what was going on was that the beacon was trying to communicate something to Shepard, but since Shepard's is not a telepath, it overwhelmed him. That's why it knocked him out, and that's why the machine blew up.
It was under the command of Captain.
What's up, Lewis? Welcome back.
They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
Shepard. Saren's raging right now.
This human must be eliminated.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
I think it was a crash, Lewis. I'm on Wi-Fi, so it's not going to be as stable as it was if it was on LAN.
Nothing serious. How long was I
And the reason why I'm on Wi-Fi is because I'm in the bedroom instead of the living room.
Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with...
So I was the beacon trying to communicate with him.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going...
Well, that's good, Lewis. Hopefully you have a good day at work.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Alright, my last couple of days have been very,
I'll be in
like,
a mess if you
hectic.
need me.
Like, work has been very hectic these last couple of days. Because we're short on
Sounds like
staff.
that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander.
But not short on patients,
You
unfortunately.
sure you're okay?
Wow! Let me read that. Fern is in his bedroom getting ready to post his OnlyFans after the stream. Yeah, OG. How do you know that? You're my first subscriber, I bet.
You did a good job, Shepard.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
Yeah, the Council's going to see this as a failure. And, like, humanity is trying to get on the good side of the Council so they could be on the Council and they could have Spectres on the Council. I mean, they could have humans as Spectres, too, so this is going to look bad on them.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
But they gotta see that one of their own is the one responsible for what happened. Saren is a Spectre.
That's not why I'm here.
And he's doing something that's against the Council.
That other Turian. Saren's a Spectre. One of the best. A living legend. But if he's working with the Geth...
Now you're gonna notice Captain Anderson has a bias against Saren, and you're gonna find out why.
Saren's dangerous. And he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
See, a lot of races in this galaxy think humans are advancing too fast because they've only been in galactic politics for like about, what, maybe 4 decades, 3 decades? And so they're thinking they're getting a foothold on political matters too fast. Like they got assigned on the Citadel. They got their own what's it called? Their own ambassador right away. When usually it takes like a millennia for other races to get an ambassador in the Council, in the Citadel. So a lot of the other races have a bias towards humans because they think they're advancing too fast.
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision?
Yeah, X9, how you doing, buddy?
What?
I saw.
Well, I know, Lewis. It's very bad. That's why all of us have been stressed out.
People, butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
Like somebody's on vacation. That's part of it, and then my other coworkers, like they're having a hard time filling in for the person that's on vacation. And I haven't been able to fill in because I already got a lot on my plate as it is, so I can't add more work to my schedule already.
What are we going to
try to do less, not more.
Dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology, blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction, whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
So now we get to go to the Citadel. Like I said, that's where everything happens in the galaxy. All the politics revolve around the Citadel. Before we go there, let's talk to some of our crewmates, because this is important to advance everything.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive...
Now, you could be... The good thing about this game, too, is you could be a really good guy and, like, answer nicely. Like, that's how usually I answer all these questions. But you can be a dick, too, and be like, nah, Jenkins walked into it, he deserved what happened, and stuff like that. It really makes Shepard look like an asshole.
You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot from you. I've never met anyone who was awarded the Star of Terra.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, And you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
So yeah, that builds a relationship with Williams. Well, let's talk to the other guy,
Glad to
Caden.
see you're okay, Commander.
Oh, I'm surprised there's no dialogue with him.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
And this is Anderson. I don't think you have much of a dialogue. I
Go
already
speak
talked
to
to him
Joker when
already.
you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Alright, so I think that was it, because there's nobody else here. Oh, the doctor. I don't know if there's any dialogue with the doctor.
Yes, Commander?
Yeah, there is.
Is there something you need?
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2.
See, the biotics have to use implants to keep control of their powers. So, Alenko is an L2, which means he uses older implants, which have side effects.
What kind of
The
complications?
doctor's about to explain those
Severe
now.
mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Hayden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
That's why you'll run into some biotics that are like really insane, crazy, and that those are they're going to be some missions. I don't know if you get them on 1, but I remember on 2 there is a mission where you deal with crazy symbiotics.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
See, and Dr. Chakwa sticks with you throughout all 3 games. She stays as your doctor on the ship throughout all 3 games. Alright, I think we can go talk to Joker now. Oh, you know what? No, there's a lower deck. I think there's an engineer that we could talk to. Let me go down there real quick so we can see it anyway. And I also saw the engineer section is also where the Mako is. The Mako is like a little, like a rover that you drive around on certain planets for exploration. And it also has like cannons and stuff too. There it is, that thing right there. That's the Mako. Very controversial in the first game because it was very hard to drive. And like enemies were overpowered, but I think they fixed a lot of the problems with the Mako in this game. There's our requisitions officer. We can buy stuff from him. But I don't think we don't have a lot of money right now.
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my
Yeah, this is a game's excuse for you to spend money on better gear. Even though you're in the military.
It's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Can you grief me? No.
Let's see what you've got.
Oh, I should have put investigate. Because I can't afford any of this crap right now. I only got like 1,400 credits, and this stuff costs a lot.
Looking for supplies?
I need to do some more investigating. Anytime in this game that it says investigate, you should do it because it opens up new dialogues and new options.
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased. But I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big
Oh, you were
reward,
asking Lewis if you
I'll
can
buy,
grief
sell,
him,
and
okay.
trade whatever I can.
Well, I'm pretty sure Lewis is going to say no too.
I need to move items
No,
quickly, so
you
only
may
the
not.
most basic items will be stocked consistently.
What are licenses?
You can go grief for Lego.
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What are the
Yeah, this is where you're gonna get some good weapons too once you start buying licenses.
Track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
Not right now, thanks.
Wow, Mark, I spend really.
Keep checking back.
Oh wait, the engineer's this way, and this is where we also get to see the main engine of the Normandy. That thing right there. That's what powers the Normandy. And this is the engineer, Engineer Adams. Oh, I thought he had more dialogue.
Shame about Jenkins.
Darn. All right. Grief all the sheep tacos before I do it. Okay. I don't know if Mark likes sheep tacos, but he should try them. They're good. All right, let's go upstairs now. Let's go talk to Joker now. Get us to the Citadel. Like I said, the Citadel is like the main hub of the whole galaxy as it relates to politics. See.
Glad you're okay, Commander.
Bruce Presley. Here's our navigator. We talked to him already. I don't know if he has more dialogue.
Glad you're
No.
okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins is hard enough.
I don't know what I always wondered, what do all these people do? Because the main pilot is Joker. He's the one that drives the ship. I don't know what all these other people are doing. Just hanging back playing video games or something. This is your main pilot. This is the guy.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
So that's a mass relay. That was left over from the Profins from long ago. That's basically a fast travel for all the ships. And there's a bunch of them throughout the entire galaxy. That's what everybody uses to get around. And that's the Citadel right there. Alright, Lewis, take care.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
The Ascension is the main ship of the Alliance. It's like their main warship.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy.
Actually, it's not that. I think it's an Alliance ship. It's actually it's a council ship, like from the main military.
Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower, Normandy.
What Taka say?
Normandy, this is
Brief all the shit tacos for. Oh yeah, I read that already.
422.
It's very impressive. That's the Citadel.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
So that's Ambassador Dina. He's a human ambassador. And that's the Council. The three members of the Council.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you...
CSEC is short for Citadel Security.
Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard,
basically the police of the Citadel.
Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Alright, a little context on what just happened. So the council is made up of 3 members, one of each race. The Turians, which was the one on the left, which you've met, like the race you've already met with Saren and Nihilus. The one in the middle, those are Asari. That's an all-female race of, they're basically like blue, what's it called, beings. And they're all female. And then the one on the right is Solarian, which is like a lizardy race that has a really short lifespan. They only live for like 40 years. And there's a lot more races, but that's the 3 main ones of the console. And those are the ones on the console because those are the ones that provide the most support for the galaxy. Like the Turians provide a majority of the military, the Asari do more like information and also military, and the Solarians are the technology guys. And there's a lot of other subspecies too. Like there's 2 more here. These big brutes over here, they're the Alcor, and this little guy right here is like a Volas. Let's talk to these guys, see what's going on.
I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
Alright, and this is the Alcor ambassador.
Please greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people.
The thing about the Alcor, they're really slow in their speech.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Alcor.
The Alcor were
sorry, you can't sleep, not shocked there.
Council's space when the Asari first made contact with us.
The Asari is the blue female race.
The relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Alcor.
Frankly, we Alcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Alcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
See, the Volas are very they're very pissed off because they see humans as getting too much favor. Because the Volas have been around for a long time, and they really run a lot of the economy that happens in the galaxy. So they feel like they're being shortchanged, that the humanity is getting too many favors from everybody else. So that's when you run into Volas, they tend to be like not very pleased with humanity or any humans.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell.
Even talking to the Ambassador, that's Din. Oops, I don't mean to pull a gun on him.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door.
See, they even resent that the ambassador of Earth has a larger office.
Don't be so rude, Dan. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Vola's ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth?
The best way to describe the Volas is like imagine the Ferengi in Star Trek. Only they're not as money hungry or power hungry, but they're very good with finances and with making profit.
What is this place?
And they're always looking to improve their species galactic relations.
The ambassador is next door in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volas when I'm not being interrupted.
But they can be very rude.
I'd like to know more about the Volas.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Let's find out about the Volas.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
And they're very resentful for that.
Tell me about Vola's culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volas people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Actually, a better question, when does he sleep?
Why aren't the Volas or Alcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans in the sea.
Keeps jabbing at us Earth Clan.
Ignore the Volas ambassador, human. He is incorrect.
Hey, what's up, Antonio? Welcome to the stream.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great...
That's true, they've only been around for like 3 or 4 decades, so that's why a lot of the species do resent humanity for growing so fast.
The species has always been granted many concessions. Volas territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Alright, so those are 2 of the races.
Good day, Earth Clan.
See what else we got going on. Alright, we get to meet more races here. Alright, that's an Asari, that's the blue alien race. So that race is interesting because they could mate with any other species and reproduce, but the only thing is that any offspring that's made from that union will only be Asari, so they can only birth Asari. They can't mix themselves. And the one next to them, that's the Turian. You met that race before. And those are 2 of the 3 species from the console. And this is the 3rd one, the Solarians. This is like a reptile species. They're very intelligent, but they only live for like 40 or so years, so they have a very short lifespan. And this is the Citadel AI.
Greetings
Avina.
and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space
Are
station.
you real? It's a
So are
weird
you
question.
a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races.
That's where we were.
CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the
I forgot to explain CSEC. So CSEC is the main police of the Citadel, and they're in charge of a lot of investigations that go around the Citadel, and sometimes they do involve themselves in whatever is going on with intergalactic stuff that goes on. They'll usually be charged with investigating when the Spectres aren't, or when it involves the Spectre.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers.
Well, that's true. Oh, gee, we do have the best sheep tacos. That's true.
Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Do you know anything about Spectres?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations.
They're jealous that we're the only species in the galaxy that has sheep, which is vital for sheep tacos.
Rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volas were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal
So see, we've only been involved in galactic politics for 19 years.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
How come the Volas were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volas were, apart from the Asari and Salarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volas were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
I just got a news wire. It says that the Walmart might have PS5s in stock. So anybody who doesn't have a PS5, check out Walmart later today.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Salarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion.
Oh, the Krogan's another race that we haven't gotten into yet. They'd be comparable to like the Klingons in Star Trek. A war race of just built on wars and on fighting.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using
Alrighty.
Please enjoy your visit.
Let's go to the Citadel Council. Oh, this is rapid transit, but we don't need that right now. Because we only have access to the Presidium, so it's only like we only got access to one space right now until we visit the Council. I think they're all the way over here. Let's see, towers and wards. See that statue over there? I don't know if you can see that. That's a Krogan statue. Now, the Krogans are celebrated because in the beginning they were very instrumental in another war, which was fought with another species, like an insect race. And the Krogan were vital in that war. But the thing about the Krogan is that they reproduce really fast. They could have like hundreds of kids. And they were a very aggressive race. So eventually they expanded so much and they got so aggressive that they started fighting against the council. And so that's when the Krogan rebellion started. And that's where the Turians came into power, because they were the ones that were able to fend off the Krogan. Yeah, that's a statue of the Krogan right there.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 3. Here in the financial district, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect
the Rachni
Citadel
Wars,
space
yeah.
during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other council species.
So basically, they started growing so fast, and they were starting running out of rooms. They started to invade other worlds that were controlled by other council races.
Fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire,
that's where the Turians came in and fought the Krogan off.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni. Then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's going to stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
Well, at least the Turians are more like level-headed, so there's no real risk of them like going crazy like the Krogans did.
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
And that happened because they were able to limit their birth rate. They were able to control. They were able to control how much the Krogan were able to reproduce, because they did something called the genophage, which rendered like 1 in 100 female Krogan sterile, so they weren't able to give birth anymore.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using
Yeah, but the Rachni are full instinct, as you will see. We'll run into the Rachni later on in this game. So yeah, those are the Krogan. We'll meet live Krogan later on. I think there are some on the Citadel, I just haven't run into any yet. And this is the Citadel Market. That's another species right there. See that little jellyfish guy right there? That's called a Hanar. And they're an interesting little species too.
Ah, human.
Very spiritual they are.
See you here in my decadent emporium.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods.
Notice how he speaks of himself in third person.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one, it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
Who are you?
Oh, I already asked that question.
This one's facing. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase. All of great worth.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire. For a price, naturally.
Alright, I'll check out his goods later.
Return soon. This one receives new shipments regularly.
And there's another guy here I gotta meet. This is Bar Laban. He's an information trafficker.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepard. It is a great honor to welcome the heroes of the Blitz.
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Bar Laban. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station...
So he basically deals with information and with financial services.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. Even so, many of my clients would prefer their transactions remain undisclosed.
Uh-oh.
For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the Council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
I don't buy it.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope you will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
What's it like living here on the Citadel?
The station is without a doubt the greatest wonder in the galaxy. It is a technological marvel, but its true splendor goes much deeper than the hull and engines. From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament to the success of the Council. All the species of Citadel spaced together in a single, strong community.
What are the wards like?
The cultural heart of the galaxy. They pulse with the lifeblood of millions.
The wards is basically where everybody lives. It's like the residential area of the Citadel.
What you'll find out in the wards, Commander.
There's also some businesses down there too.
Fortunately, most of them are pleasant.
What makes the Presidium so special?
It is the political center of Citadel space.
Like the Presidium would be like like Washington D.C. and the wards would be like more like the residential areas and the business areas of the Citadel.
Species have embassies here on the Presidium. This level of the station is reserved for the elite, Shepard. People like us.
I should go.
All right. Let's go meet up with the Council now, so we can advance. So there's a lot of world building that has to be done in this game because it's a whole galaxy that needs to be introduced here. New species, new people, like politics and stuff like that. So the first game took care of all of that. The second and third games will be more action oriented, but this first game has to establish everything. That's the wars. We're not going there yet. There's another little critter right here. These are what is it called? These are like the maintenance of the Citadel. They're like little creatures that don't talk or do anything. They just do the reparations of the Citadel, but you don't interact with them at all. Now we want to get to the Citadel Tower. What's this way? Okay, well, I didn't see it.
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
That's the ward entrance, so this way must be for the tower. Here's a statue of the mass relays.
Please do not Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 2. You are standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. Behind me is the spectacular Relay Monument, a scale model representation of a Prothean mass relay. To your left is one of the Keepers, the enigmatic caretakers of the Citadel, working on a control panel.
Oh, thank you, Ticket.
You may see Keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way. The Keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel. Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
See, they have all these rules for the Keepers that you shouldn't mess with them and stuff, but nobody knows how they actually work. They just come in and out, do their thing, and then leave. And nobody like has access to them. Nobody like orders them around. They see damage and they repair and they do maintenance on the Citadel. Watch.
I'd like to know more about the Keepers.
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel, though they are essential to the operation and maintenance of the entire station. Citadel regulations protect the Keepers against interference during the performance of their tasks. Failure to comply will result in harsh penalties. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
Any particular reason there are so many Keepers in this area?
The Keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the Keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The Keepers also make frequent appearances in the Council chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing both the Council chambers and Citadel control, the tower is one of the most important buildings on the station. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
That's also where they dock ships and stuff, so that's where they control all the traffic that goes in and out of the Citadel, as well as the Council.
I'd like to hear more about the Council chambers.
The business of the Council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The Council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
What if someone has business with the Council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the Council. This is usually arranged through their respective ambassadors. Even then, few are given access to the actual Council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
So it's actually a privilege to go into the Citadel Tower.
I'm scheduled to have an audience with the Council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my programming.
Tell me about the Relay Monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the Relay Monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the Relay Monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
That's all for
now. There's still not a lot known about the Protheans, so
have a pleasant
they have like grandiose ideas about what the Protheans are and what their civilization was like. Alright, let's go to the Citadel Tower. We're gonna meet up with the Council.
The Council isn't gonna ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
Huh. Udina actually plays a major role in the third game. And this is the Council chambers. It's pretty big. Oh, and here's a buddy of ours. We're gonna meet Garrus here. Right now, currently Garrus is in C-Sect. He's gonna eventually join up with you. But right now he's part of CSEC and he's actually leading the investigation against Saren.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council. Don't be ridiculous.
And that's Palin. He leads
Investigation
CSEC.
is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Who were you just talking to?
That was Executor Palin, head of Citadel Security, my boss. He'll be presenting my findings on Saren to the Council.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything
Maybe the fact that he looks totally evil.
I can't find any hard evidence.
I really like Saren's design. He looks really badass.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you. You don't want to keep the Council waiting.
No, we don't. There's a conversation between two ambassadors.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. But the Volas? No. The Hanna are likely to be next, then the Alcor.
You may be right. Will the Hanar need to lighten up a bit first?
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
See, like the Volas aren't looked too kindly because of the way they are. And that's why the Volas have a lot of resentment, but a lot of the other races also don't really appreciate it because of the way they are. Oh, later, Taka. Take care. Thanks for joining. Let's just get through the council meeting, and then I'll probably end it there.
The Geth attack is a matter of
That's
science,
Saren right there.
but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved.
So he's going to be a part of this.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity...
Yeah, you can tell that Saren and Anderson have a history. He's very...
And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
Oh.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed.
He makes a good point, though. How did you know about it?
From a human.
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony? I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
But they didn't get what they wanted. Don't worry, we'll get there. It's just that they don't have any evidence.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk.
Anderson really has a bias towards Saren. You're gonna find out why.
Isn't safe.
Tell me about this history between you and Sarah.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way.
So before they could go after him, they have to remove his Spectre status, because as long as he's a Spectre, he's protected.
Investigator. We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Garrus.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste.
Yeah, Harkin is a terrible cop, and you'll meet him in a bar, because that's where he hangs out now.
Past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's
That's the guy we talked to earlier, the
Shadow Broker?
The info guy and the financial guy.
Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
Yeah, the Shadow Broker is like the main information trafficker of the galaxy. He's like the main guy. He knows everything and everyone and all their secrets. And he traffics strictly through information. That's how he makes his money. And he doesn't become a part of the story. Like he doesn't become a major part of the story until the second game. Let's find out what's going on with Saren and Anderson.
What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars, it causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions. But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us. I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests, too.
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence.
The Council has many more ships at their disposal, so humanity could not wage a war against the Council because they'd be overwhelmed.
If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
It's not about
you don't
Harkin.
think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like it's
sometimes.
We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
Yeah, when it gets like that, that's when they send in the Spectres.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
Let's find out
Tell
about
me
the
more
Shadow
about
Broker.
the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics. Doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are.
See, nobody knows who the Shadow Broker is. That's part of his thing. He collects information, but nobody knows who he is.
Tell me about Vola Bond.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius. Doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, Spectres. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
I think we went through all the options.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find
This is why he doesn't like Saren.
Terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way. Innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience. No hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Alright, so as you can see, that there's a lot of world building here that has to be done, and a lot of things that need to be established for the universe, because it's introducing a whole new universe to us, and it's a lot of introduction. I know it's focused a lot on narrative right now. The game does build up as you're introduced to more things to do and stuff, and this is a great game. I do enjoy this quite a bit, and it's nice to go back, and it's like a nostalgia trip to me. So I'll probably just end it here because I got other stuff I got to do. This is a great game. I as an RPG, it's not really it's not a good streaming game because of all the talking and all the narrative and all the grinding stuff that you got to do. So if I continue to make videos of the game, it'll probably be like walkthroughs and stuff of the different missions that I got to do. Like the next thing here on this mission would be like talking to Harkin, getting information, and then recruiting Garrus and getting him on your crew, and then like trying to expose Saren. So those are the next things. The next missions will all involve the Citadel and going down to the wards and doing all that investigation and stuff. So if I continue to do this, it'll probably be on playthroughs, just so that I could get the grindy stuff off stream and just go through the missions and the stories on and the playthrough. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Hopefully that it works out well. It will all depend on the time that I have. That doesn't mean I won't give up on GTA and Red Dead, especially now that the GTA has that good update this week with the Panther Statue and the client job. So now I might do a stream of that next week, like before it ends. Most likely on Wednesday. It's the day I'm looking at. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to do a playthrough of this game. And I have other ideas that I want to do. Just to really just do different things. Because you can only do so much GTA and so much Red Dead. Especially with the lack of content in both those games. So that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully it works out. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm going to end it here. I really hope you guys give this game a chance. I know it's very narrative heavy, like I said, but it is a great game. It is worth trying out, and it's worth going through the whole trilogy because it is a great story. Like the Shepard's story is very good, and he's a very interesting character. So I'll just end it here, guys. I'll do more walkthroughs as I have time. I'll go through the different missions. I'll hopefully play through 1, and if that goes well, then I'll continue on to 2 and 3, and then you guys can experience the story that way. So, thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time, and have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see you at Kaya Prickle when we go get that statue.